Hey, what is going on, Carnage Clan? How are you guys doing today? My name is the Broman, Carnage Broman, or Brody, whatever you guys want to call me. And today you guys are going to be watching a ridiculous, flawless 124 gun streak by Carnage Sniper. And this is nothing new from him. I'm sure you guys have seen these kind of things from Carnage Sniper before. He always has these ridiculous, like, flawless gun streak gameplays, and they're pretty awesome. So hopefully you guys enjoy this gameplay in the background. If you do enjoy it, remember to check out Carnage Sniper. His link will be down below in the description. And if you enjoy the commentary, you can check me out too. My link will also be down there, and I'd really appreciate it. So without further ado, I'd like to get into today's commentary topic. And today's going to be a little bit of a serious kind of life kind of commentary topic. It's not just going to be a random commentary. It's going to be something that is kind of important in my opinion, and it's something that I recently just kind of applied to my own life, and I think you guys should maybe take a listen to what I have to say. So this is a bit of a longer gameplay, so I did want to have a topic that I could talk about for a while. So hopefully you guys enjoy the commentary. But anyways, today I want to talk about your happiness. What makes you happy, and making your life as good as you possibly can, and doing everything in your power to make yourself enjoy life more. Now, this might be a stupid example because, this isn't a very significant thing, but in my life recently I have made a choice to make myself enjoy life a little bit more, just because, there was a few things that, I wasn't really having the best time with. There was like, I knew I could be having a lot more fun doing certain things involving YouTube, and YouTube is a big part of my life, and I knew that I needed to make some changes to YouTube in order to make myself happier. So what I ended up doing was I ended up basically quitting Call of Duty. Well, I ended up quitting making Call of Duty videos just because I myself do not enjoy playing the game. I don't enjoy playing Call of Duty at all. I really don't like editing the video and setting the whole thing up and posting it, and it just wasn't fun for me anymore. I was really, every day I would have to make a Call of Duty video. I would just think of it as a chore. I wasn't enjoying it, and I would much rather play other games and make other videos. So from now on, when you guys actually click on my channel, it won't be a Call of Duty channel anymore. It'll either be FIFA or Pokemon. I have two different channels, so I'm not sure which one's going to be linked, but either way, it's not going to be a Call of Duty channel, so just keep that in mind. And the way this ties into happiness and everything is, you basically gotta try your best to make yourself as happy as possible. And in order to do that, sometimes you have to make really hard decisions. Now, sometimes this decision could involve, YouTube, which isn't very common. This is just, a one-time situation for me. But more common than, YouTube is probably relationships. And I've been in situations where, I really was I liked the girl, but I knew I would be happier without her. But it was hard for me to make that decision to leave her or whatever, because I was just, I did still, have feelings for them, and it was hard. But in the end, I did what would have made me happier, and that's what you gotta do. You gotta go with your gut. If you're ever having second thoughts on something and you're like, I really want to change this, but your heart is like, no, you can't do this. Because when I was deciding whether to keep doing Call of Duty, YouTube, or or to I don't even know what I was saying with that sentence there, but I'm just gonna restart that sentence. When I was deciding whether I want to continue Call of Duty videos or not, I was torn completely. I didn't know what to do, and it still was a pretty recent decision, so I'm still having second thoughts on it and stuff. But I do want to go on with my gut feeling, and I just want to have fun. I want to make myself as happy as possible, because one of the most important things in life is being happy. And people find happiness through many different things, and I find mine through YouTube. You might find yours through YouTube as well, or jacking off. I don't know what you find your happiness with, but we all have our own different things that make us happy, and when those things that make us happy aren't making us happy anymore, then that's when I find it's time to change. And those things that we used to find happy, taking those things out of our lives are hard things to do. That's why we have that TV show Hoarders, because those things that the people hoard are things that were important to them at some time. Maybe they're not important to them anymore, but they're hard to let go of. And one of the hardest things to do in life is to let go of something that had a lot of meaning to you. And like I said in this commentary, stopping my Call of Duty channel, not stopping it because I haven't actually stopped it. I still have a friend on there. I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen there, but I haven't stopped it. But deciding to continue on doing something else, changing what I wanted to do, it was a very, very hard decision for me. It took me a long time, but I think in the long run I'll be happier. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, it's only been a couple days since this happened, so I'm not exactly sure where it'll end up, but you got to think in the long run, will you be happier or will you not be? And sometimes you might want to just grind it out if there's a possibility for it to get better. You might want to just try to grind it out, but I tried grinding out my Call of Duty channel for a little bit to try to get some interest back in it, and I couldn't do it. So give it a fair shot at least. I mean, if there's a girl, you know, in your life, or a boy or whatever in your life that you know isn't making you as happy as you remember them doing once before, you got to maybe give them a bit of time, you know, give them a chance, maybe talk to them about it. But you know, if it's been a while and you've talked to them and they've tried and things just aren't going well, you gotta let it go. You know, it's a really hard thing to do in life, to let things go. It's one of the hardest things to do, and unfortunately for most of us, we're all gonna have to let some things go in our lives that are important to us. But you got to think it down. Like I said, you got to think ahead. You got to think about what will make you happier in the future. And happiness is an extremely important thing. So that's basically all I really had to talk about in this commentary for happiness. And there's still about 4 minutes left. So, you know, I just want to continue on talking about, you know, kind of why I stopped playing Call of Duty or altogether and stuff like that. And let me make this clear right away. Is, you know, Call of Duty is a fun game. It is a very fun game. And I'm not bashing it at all. Like, I still like playing Call of Duty only like for fun. I don't play it seriously anymore. And I think what actually ended up making Call of Duty not as fun for me is when it became a YouTube thing. Because, you know, when you're playing Call of Duty, if you guys have a YouTube channel and you go for gameplays and stuff, you can probably relate to this, but it takes away some of the fun and just random, you know, playing around, having some fun. It takes away that fun factor, because it turns into like a job almost. It turns into the point where you're going on this game and you're trying to do good, and it's stressful and it doesn't make it any fun. So if you guys are having a really hard time on Call of Duty, like with having fun or anything, just try going on it. Don't even care about what you do. Don't even, you know, think about, you know, doing well. Just play the game. Just do whatever. So that might be hard. I know, like, I still raged even if I was just joking around, but eventually got to the point where I could just run around and not even care at all. And that's something that's really, really nice. You know, running around and not caring at all really makes a difference. But you know, eventually I couldn't really get over the fact that I would rage at a lot of things still, even though I was trying. You know, it made the game a little bit more fun, but you know, I still rage, and still made Call of Duty not so fun for me. But if you really want to have fun with Call of Duty, just do that. Just play it for fun, and don't try for a gameplay unless you're already en route to a gameplay, which is French for en route. I'm pretty sure you guys might know what that means already, but just making sure. So yeah, I mean, that's a tactic that I used. I don't get very good gameplays, by the way. Like, I never was a gameplay channel. And if you guys have commentary skills, harness those skills. That's what you got to do, because you know, people come for the gameplay and they stay for the commentary. So if you get a really good scoreline and you can't commentate very well, you're going to have trouble with people staying around at your channel. But once you get good at commentating, which is something I really focused on, because I knew my gameplays were absolutely atrocious compared to some of the gameplays that were being posted. You know, they were just not even close. But I decided I would focus on a different side of my YouTube channel, because I originally wanted to be a Call of Duty tips channel. And then after being in the community for a while, I realized, wow, you know, I'm not really that great compared to a lot of these guys. Maybe tips aren't the best things for me. And it ended up with me deciding I needed to do commentaries, you know, as my priority over gameplay. And eventually got to the point where I could just play Call of Duty, go negative, upload that gameplay, and no one would care, because people would just watch for the commentary. And that takes away a lot of the stress from the game. But, you know, it's still, the game just lost its fun for me, because I would still rage even if I was going negative and didn't care. I just, you know, it's hard to explain. But anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this gameplay and commentary. It was a bit of a long commentary, and maybe it was a bit redundant at times, but you know, I just tried to fill in the 10 minutes as best as I could. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember to check out Carnage Sniper. His link will be down below in the description, and you guys will definitely not be disappointed with his gameplays. And if you do enjoy the commentary and you enjoy something that's not Call of Duty, because remember, I don't post Call of Duty commentaries anymore, you guys can come check out my channel in the link down below, and you can, you know, maybe stop by, see if you like it or not, and subscribe if you do. So anyways, guys, once again, thank you for watching. Subscribe to Carnage and follow Carnage Clan on Twitter to keep up to date with everything going on, and I'll see you guys in my next post on this channel or on my own channel. Later. Meh.
Operation complete. Nice job, squad. Okay, let's go. Can't nobody come stump like Carnage. Ha. Nobody got